just Irregular.
We're past halfway now.
And the following track is from busy singer-songwriter Hannah Jones, aka Hannah Popey.
Hannah's life is always hectic, but we persuaded her to take a moment from her travels to record for us. Here's Hannah.
Oh, hey. I'm at the airport, about to board a flight to LA, but I guess I can quickly talk about my track. The track is called Beautiful Expectations, written by me, Hannah Popey, obviously. The key is in F sharp, and it has an ABC arrangement, so it's pretty simple. Oh, hang on. Mum's calling. Gonna have to put you on hold. Mum, I'm trying to talk on a podcast. Yes, I have packed everything. Yeah, even my toothbrush. Right, I'll call you when I get there. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah. The tempo of my track is 116 beats per minute, and the time signature is 4/4, which would make sense seeing as the genre of my track is indie/pop. The instruments I used were guitar, bass, drums, and I even experimented with a little bit of violin. Hold on. I'm just boarding the plane now. Excuse me, can I just squeeze past? Thank you. Sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. The meaning of this track to me is that people expect you to be normal, whatever that means, but you don't have to live by anyone's expectations. Just live life how you want to, and don't do things just to make other people happy. My biggest inspiration is Billie Eilish. She has a similar style of music and writes about things that people can relate to. My idea for this song started from me playing a few chords on guitar, and then it just progressed from there. Right, we're about to take off, but I hope you enjoy the track.
Okay, so far so good.
Producer and composer Harrison Moreton provides the next contribution.
Not surprisingly, Harrison, who is super organized, pre-recorded his illustration of the track so we could get a clear picture
Of his work and precise production skills.
Hello, this is Harrison, and this is an analysis for the Irregular podcast. Now, for our podcast, I decided to make a brand new demo to showcase. And about this demo, I just wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be like funky, but also lively at the same time. Also wanted to have a catchy feel. My demo's genre is funk rock. I've made it because it's a form of one of my favourite genres of music, which is funk. It also has elements of fusion rock and alternative rock as well. My demo's key signature is in the E key and in the E major scale. This is because that I decided that it was in mostly guitars, and guitars play in A, E, and D, so it just makes sense that it's in that key. My demo's arrangement is intro, chorus, verse, bridge, outro, which is the chorus finale. My demo's instrumentation is electric guitar, bass, synth lead, and synth bass, but I also wanted it to have like a futuristic feel, and I like synths in songs that I listen to as well. My demo's tempo is 120 BPM, this is because it's the most appropriate BPM for the genre. It's also because I was planning on making the tempo faster, but I also wanted my demo to be long enough, and it being 120 BPM, it would have been long enough. My demo's time signature is 4/4. I use this time signature because it's the most common and it's the best for the funk genre. My inspirations for my demo are 80s music, and that's where like the synths come from, and also 70s music, which is the constant use of guitars, rock drums and stuff, and the hi-hats. Overall, I'm just very happy with my demo. That was my analysis.
Irregular podcast.
A bit more rock next from guitarist Joe Penney. Joe likes to relax often between bouts of
Diverse heavy music and fine Italian food. We caught up with him in the bath,
where he kindly recorded the explanation to his track.
Hi, my name is Joe and I'm here to talk about my track which I've made. The inspiration is sort of like hard rock inspired sound, mainly by bands like Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple. I originally really did want a thrash metal sort of sound, but I just couldn't get it to work. Like, I would really like it to sound like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer sort of sound. Like, the drums and the guitar and all that stuff just didn't sync up properly, and I couldn't get it in time, and it just didn't work. So I decided to go with another genre that I'm really passionate about and really like and listen to a lot, which is hard rock, whether it be like late 80s sort of Guns N' Roses or like 70s Deep Purple / Led Zeppelin, The tempo is 110, but again, I wanted it higher because, thrash is very fast. Time signature is about 4/4, which is very standard for rock and metal. The key is D minor, which I found by playing around with a keyboard trying to find which notes work, and that one worked really well. The duration is about 2 minutes 26 seconds, which is a normal single length for radio play. The arrangement, there's an intro, which is just some guitar noodling. Then it goes into there's a first verse, and then there's also and after that it's a pre-chorus, which only appears once in the song, and I really do like that because it gives a brief build-up for the first chorus. There's also a few more choruses and verses, and then there's a solo, and the solo I'm really, really proud of because it's the first solo I've ever made myself. I've only been playing since about November 2020, and it's just so happy with it. After that, there's another riff that I really do like. And then there's a few more verses, and then it goes to a bridge, and then there's an end. In the future, I would really like to make a thrash sort of track. I'm really, really am happy with this track, and thank you for listening.
In the last 5 now, starting with Byron Sinfield, otherwise known as Bobo.
As generous as always, producer and rapper Byron set aside some valuable time to record his illustration
during recent busy studio sessions.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you're listening. I hope your day's going alright. My name's Byron, and I'm here today to fill you in with a little bit of information about the demo that I have made for Project 1.
So the genre of my track is a hip-hop rap sort of style, and you can tell that by the beats and the kits that I've used throughout the whole track. The whole vibe of the track is really just a hip-hop and rap sort of style. You wouldn't class it as anything else. The key signature of my track is played in a C minor and is in a 4/4 time signature, and the arrangement of the track is in an AC format, as there is no chorus, but halfway through the track I added a bridge into it to give it the effect of a sort of beat switch in a way, but I managed to keep the same flow going throughout start to end of the track. The BPM of this track is 130 beats per minute, and that is a massive difference compared to the average BPM for hip hop and rap sort of tracks, as the average is 85 to 95, but the pace that I wanted to sort of flow on was sort of a fast pace but controllably at the same time, so I thought, yeah, I'll turn it up a notch. I had the inspiration for a track in this sort of genre from artists such as Tara Reid and Ocean Wisdom. If you haven't heard of them, honestly, or if you like hip-hop sort of stuff, go and listen to them. Tara Reid is the GOAT, Ocean Wisdom is the GOAT, they are both good. The majority of the track is just loops that I used off Logic, but I introduced the keyboard for the bridge and I used it as a sort of church choir vocal as the main backing track, like halfway through. Yeah, I'm going to play the track for you now. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, this has got to be for tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow. The motherfucker's ice cold. I'm betting 7 on death, so get the dice roll. Because I can't hear a breath, that's what the guys told me. And I might still on me, it's probably unraveling, just like a rabbit only, but when I don't like spiders, the red eyes in the skies, but I'm running knives, telling me to slash it with 5 guys. It's alright, I won't slash one open. My eyes are linked open, I'm woken, a token, I'm broken, and fixed and spoken, and switched 2 guys in my eyesight. But I don't like spiders. Jump straight on a beat with my 2 front feet, the way I eat beats, the feet, the street pieces, say, cause I'm peaches, need some pretty, it's nice and tidy, you like a Friday, and maybe. But I don't like spiders. The word is a spur, just the way that I'm merging these words in person. The verse in your purse from your hands, this words and serving a curse and rehearsing the words and deserving a hurting. Man, I don't like spiders. Head of pen, the sizes, the spiders and writers, I might just bite it. I don't like spiders, don't like spiders, don't like spiders, don't like spiders, don't like. Man, I don't like spiders. Byron smiling. Man, I don't like spiders. Byron smiling.
Next up, we have the ever-interesting Dom Syddall with his track, Peng.
Have you ever heard the word peng before? Dom obviously knows what it means.
Here's his analysis accompanied by an entertaining musical journey from around the world.
Hello, I'm Dominic Syddall, and my artist name is Dom Syd. Today I'm going to explain to you the details of my track demo. I'll talk about things such as the genre, the inspiration, and many more factors. I hope you enjoy. First, I'll talk a little bit about how the song sounds and why it sounds the way it does. The genre of my track is a hip-hop track, a hip-hop rap track. I picked this genre before doing the track, so I knew what I was going to sort of make the track sound like beforehand. The track contains of instruments such as pianos, keyboards, kicks, snares, and a very strong bass, which is typical with the hip-hop rap track. It's in the key of G minor, something I typically see in the genre. The arrangement of the track goes intro, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, outro. So the intro and outro are relatively short, whilst the choruses and the bridge are sensible, I'd say, pretty mid-length. But then the verse goes on for 32 bars, which is of course quite long, but I think it works because of the diversity included in that verse. The track has a 4/4 time signature and a tempo of 150 beats per minute, which is not typical for most hip-hop rap songs actually. In fact, it's almost double what it should be, or what it normally is, but I think it works and it's only this high because of the way I use the background instruments, but the foreground instruments sound the way they really should. Okay, now I'm going to talk about how the track came to be and what it's about. The track refers to my experiences, my past experiences with other people, mainly relationships. This inspiration was mainly taken from what's happened in my life, but in the terms of music, I took huge inspiration from artists such as Dino, A1XJ1, RD, and many more hip-hop rap artists. I decided to make my song around these people because I feel like this style of music fits best with what I can perform. This has been Dom Syd. Thank you for listening.
Would be silly to ignore her, she's looking way too pale. Seen her less than 15 minutes and I know what I intend. I can see just where she's looking, now she's trying to pretend. I know you tied your hair back cause you wanna be the king. Now let's cut out all the small talk and stop doing silly things. Silly. Stop doing silly things. Girl, I love that face you make it when I constitute your kings. You've got friends who get all jealous, so they try to stop our fling. It's all your sugar, trust me, I know that you dig that, you dig that, you dig that, you dig that. You've got bad friends, they tell us lies, they want a little come by. Would be silly for me to ignore you, it would be silly for you to ignore me, cause I see the way that you're looking, I can tell that you adore me. It's silly for me to ignore you, it would be silly for you to ignore me, cause I see the way that you're looking, I can tell that you adore me. Yeah, I know exactly who it is when I get called at 1 AM. You cannot bear a second without seeing me, I wonder then, would it be a good idea if I told you I'm all in? Our intentions differ, that I can't resist cause you're looking too peng.
We are just irregular.
Moving on now. Here's Kurt Taylor.
It's never easy to tie Kurt down between his time producing rap and nature.
He agreed to record his analysis for us while relaxing in the country away from the pressures of music.
Hello, my name is Kurt Taylor, and I'm going to be taking you through an analysis of my track. My main inspiration for the track was Playboi Carti. In all of Carti's discography, the repetition of lyrics is huge, so the song is easily trapped in the listener's mind. The tempo of my track is 70 beats per minute. The time signature of the track is 4 beats in a bar. The track contains a variety of instrumentation. The first instrument you hear is a soft pad and it has a somewhat bright sound to it. The drums come in and they are trap drums, and I added reverb to them just to add a bit more life to them. I added a sub bass just to add more texture to the track, and then during the interlude on the track I added a synth lead which then continued throughout the rest of the track. The arrangement is an A-B structure with a very short C section in the middle, and then it just goes back to the B, which is the verse. The track is in a C major key. I wanted the main purpose of the track to be almost background music. The repetition of lyrics is key to get the song stuck in people's heads. The genre of the track is rap, trap, / hip-hop. How can I not? How can I not? This is not pop, this is rock. This is not pop, this is rock. How can I not? How can I not? I put the lean on rocks, parking the rolls in the lot, smoking on pack at the spot. This is not pop, this is rock. How can I not? How can I not? I put the lean on the rocks, parking the rolls in the lot, smoking on pack at the spot. This is not pop, this is rock. How can I not? How can I not? How can I not? How can I not? How can I? How can I? How can This is not pot, this is rock. How can I not? How can I not? But I put the lean on the rocks, parking the rolls in the lot, smoking on pack of the spots. This is not pot, this is rocks. How can I not?
Kieron Weatherson-Roberts comes up next. Kieron is a producer and composer with an ear for the diversity of all music.
Kieron recorded his analysis while working in the studio, in his usual particular and organised fashion.
Hey, I'm Kieron J. Weatherson-Roberts, and for my track, the genre I chose is funk/disco. I chose this because it's the sort of music I've listened to growing up. My parents are very eclectic in their music tastes, and they like everything from rock to country and western, northern soul, ska, indie, reggae, and R&B. The main musicians that inspired me to make this track were Nigel Rodgers, Daft Punk, Pharrell Williams, and Jamiroquai. I used Logic to make my track. I mainly used the loops to make it, and the instruments I used were a bass guitar, a piano, a keyboard, a drum kit, and an electronic drum kit. I did my track in the key of B, and the arrangement of the track goes intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus, and then the ending. The tempo for my track is 118 beats per minute, and the time signature I used was 4/4.
Last but never least on his podcast is singer-songwriter Maddison Whyte.
Shades of jazz influence here from Maddie, who, just like all the other contributors, independently composed and produced her own track.
Busy Maddie had to record her illustration while shopping.
Hi, I'm Maddie and I'm going to be explaining my song Losing Friends. Sorry if it's loud, I'm just announced to get in a few things. For my song, I created a story about someone else's life as I don't think everyone would be interested in mine. Here's a few things about my song. 1 second. Mum, don't forget the pasta. Sorry about that. The genre of my track is pop. I listen to and am inspired by a lot of pop artists. It has an ABC arrangement with an instrumental bridge, but I'll speak more about the bridge after. My song is in the key signature of C minor and has a time signature of 6/8. It also has a tempo of 82 beats per minute. The instrumentation in my song has a piano and a guitar throughout. It also has a drum kit and a shaker in the bridge. When I wrote this song, I was listening to a lot of Adele as her new song had just been released, so she was a big inspiration. I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna go eat my pasta, but I hope you enjoyed my track.
Well, there we go. 16 new artists,
Producers and composers. 16 illustrations of their work, and all diverse.
All that remains to say is thank you for listening.
Staying with us while we presented the tracks, and I hope you enjoyed this Irregular podcast experience.
Maybe we'll meet again soon.
The Irregular Podcast.
This is the Irregular Podcast signing off. Good night.